or gifts for housewarming or whatever. You know, people have a, you know, getting married, and you can make a few sets of them, and you could even use them to wash your body, put your soap, and use it to scrub yourself. So totally up to you. So to get started, we are going to be using cotton yarn, 100% cotton. I just got these spools, and I don't remember, I think they were Lily and Lace or something, but anyway, I just got them at, I think I got these at Walmart. I'm going to use 2 different colors. You can use them all the solid colors, whatever you want. You're going to need a yarn needle, your scissors, and we're going to be using a size 7mm hook, which is a size K. Okay, so get your supplies together, and I hope you'll enjoy this video. So let's get the party started. Okay, this is such an easy pattern. Like, if you can see, this is it. That's all the instructions. So we're going to start with our K hook. We're going to start with 2 strands of cotton yarn. Please excuse my hands. I've been out in my garden, and you know how that is. So here, I'm going to make a little slip loop, and I'm going to begin by making 25 chains. Okay, so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue until you have your 25 chains. Okay, here I have my 25 chains. So this is worked all in double crochet stitches, the whole thing. So here we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th chain from the hook, this does not count as a loop. We're going to use we're going to start beginning our double crochets. To do the double crochet, then you just yarn over, meaning you wrap the hook around the yarn, and you go into that 4th chain and pull it out. Now you have 3 loops. Pull through the first 2, then the next 2, and you're going to continue that in every stitch across. Okay, so you're going to yarn over, go into the next chain, pull out, 3 loops, pull through 2, 1 and 2. Okay, do that all the way across, and then I'll meet you here when we get to the end. Okay, I finished all my double crochets in every chain. I think there's 22 stitches total. So here, when you get to the end, to go up, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn over your work. And at the beginning of every new row, not at the end, just the beginning. If you do it on both sides, then your project will start growing. So in order to keep it the same size, we're going to go in the first stitch where we went up 1, 2, 3. We're going to do an increase here, a double crochet there, and then 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way across. When you get to the other side, here your last stitch is going to be here over this stitch right here, not the chain 3, but here, because we're compensating for that by doing this in the beginning. And so here, that's going to be your last stitch. Then you're going to chain 3, turn your work around, and do the same thing here. And you're going to repeat that for 11 rows, okay? So instead of having me sitting here and crocheting for 11 rows, which would probably get pretty boring for you, I'm just going to go ahead and finish all of these off at the end till I get to the end, and then I'll show you what we do next. It's super fun and easy, and it's still time to make a bunch of these for Christmas gifts or housewarming gifts, or when somebody has a, you know, an event or something. So I'll go ahead and finish all my 11 rows. Remember, when I come here, this is going to be my last stitch over this double crochet. I'm going to turn my work over, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch, and then 1 in every stitch across. So I'm going to come back when I have all my 11 rows done. Okay, now I finished all my 11 rows. So then I'm going to go ahead and, let me just get this here. I'm going to cut my yarn, pull it through, and then these are the tails that I'm going to have to sew in. Okay, you could sew it in now or just tuck them into your piece once you sewn it. Now once we have it like this, what we're going to do is we're going to bring these corners in like this, okay, and then these like this too, and this is what's going to form that thick 4-layer pot holder. So first, if you want, you can start either side, and I'm going to start sewing this up. Now I have some tails here, so I don't know if that will actually work. I think it's too short, but you could leave some tails to use them. Let me see if I can get that through. Let me get the peach one through. Or else you could just cut yourself a string of yarn and go all the way across, which would probably be easier. But here, I'm just going to get these. Let me see if I could get closer for you to see. And we're just going to sew up from this all the way down and then across, and it'll form our little square, okay? And then this gives us a nice little, a thick piece. I'm just going to go through the loops here. It's nothing fancy. And I will need to add more yarn. I mean, get some different yarn, because this tail is not going to be enough. So get through there. So I'm going to finish sewing all the sides up. Okay. I think I'm going to need some more yarn right now. Okay. The white one didn't go through. And let me just tie this up right here. And then I'm going to pull it through to the inside. Okay. Now I need to get some more yarn. And here you don't have to have two strands. I'm just going to cut some yarn like this. Let's see if I can get better. And I'm just going to finish sewing. But this time I think I'm going to start in that corner. Right here. Make a little knot. I could cut off the trim off the edge, and now I'm just going to go try to go all the way across, all the way down to here. So let me just go ahead and do that for you. And I'm just going through the loops from the stitches, okay? Let me get that closer. Oops. Wrong direction. So here you see the loops, and they don't have to be perfect. It's just going to be to close it. And I had said before, but you guys, since I haven't put out a video in so long, the YouTube algorithm is not really happy with me right now. So I need you guys to help me out, if you could please, and just share the video with all your friends and family, your crafty friends. And that'll help you to know that, hey, people want to see this, and then they'll start sharing it as well. So see how we're just closing that up? And this was already sewn here because that's where the place that I had started. But I'm just going to push this all the way through here. There we go. Now I can start joining the next section here. Let me move my camera because I seem to get getting off of the camera view now. Here it is. I'm just going to throw this inside, or you can, you know, I think I'll sew that into my work, the tails. So now here I'm just going to go across right here. See, this is the first section, and here you could even make a little square basket like that. But pull it through and continue sewing this up here. When I finish here, I'll just make a knot and hide the tail in the work. Then I'll come back here and go across this way, and then our whole square will be finished. Now when you fold it over, you'll be able to feel how thick it is, so when you grab your pots, it should be pretty good. And one of the things I like about this is that you can use any colors you want to match your house, or to, like for Christmas, I have some that are like red and white, and some that are green and white. So I use a red and white for one pot holder, green and white for another, or for Valentine's Day, or you could do them like for your team colors or school colors. And they come out really nice and thick, and remember, they're washable. So once I sew this all together, you can make add a little hanging loop, so you could hang them from if you have a little hooks in your kitchen or something. So here, I'm coming to the end, and then I'm just going to make a little knot here, and I'm going to hide this tail, just go into my work. And since these are two colors, it's not going to really show because they're all the colors you used. So there we go. Pull this a little bit so it'll hide back in there. Okay, stretch it out. Now we're going to start on this corner and go all the way across and then hide this tail. Okay, now this edge won't have the loops. You're just going to grab whatever you can and then sew it closed, okay? Remember, this is a pot holder. It's not really like a super fancy thing, but you could just grab that. See how I'm just grabbing here? Some of this here, and then going to the other side, and I'm closing it all up. Just like that. Okay, here I finished. I'm just going to get my tail and hide it in here somewhere, okay? Just into my work. And that's it. You have your pot holder, and if you touch it, it's like you're doing 2 layers here, 2 layers here. So when you grab your pots, just like this, it's pretty thick, okay? Now, if you want to have some way to hang it up, you could use whichever colors you, of course, whichever colors you want. But here, I would just grab, just stick your hook in one of the little holes here, grab your yarn, and we're going to start doing some chains, maybe about, I don't know, 8 or 10, just whatever you need, maybe a little bit more, just like that. And if you want, you can go back into the chain or just go ahead and grab it there, pull out, there's your hanging loop, and I'm going to sew my tails into the work, okay? And you're done. I hope you enjoyed this project. I'm just trying to do some projects that are fun for, like, basically like gifts. You can start making Christmas gifts. You could make pot holders in people's favorite colors or whatever you have. And I'm going to pull this out here. Here, cut that up. And this one will go into the chain itself. I'm going to have to use the end of the tail there. Pull off. And it's all ready. You just hang it up on your kitchen little hooks or whatever. So that's it. And it's super fast and easy. Great gift. Like I said, you just use 2 colors. It is important that you use cotton thread. Do not use acrylic or wool, because those do burn. And so we want this in cotton. And then you could just wash it in the washing machine, you know, whatever, with your towels or whatever else you're washing. So that's all. You just need two strands. You could use the same color, but these, if you want to use it, you could also put it, like, wind it up in a cake. So you could use the center and the outside. Or you could use 2 different colors. It looks pretty good. It kind of hides dirt more too. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button and the notification so you could be notified when I have a new video. Please share with your friends and family and help me get that algorithm going again and growing the channel. Thank you so much.